everyone that has signed up for public comment. Now would be the time, and I don't think I got a note saying anyone had signed up. So I'll move on to action items, which would be to approve Easton Elementary construction project. I will turn that over to Mr. Getz.
Yeah, so in your packet, you'll see a guaranteed maximum price from C.R. Crawford Construction for the Easton Elementary School. If you remember last board meeting, we approved the multi-use practice pavilion and told you we were probably a week or two away from being ready for Easton Elementary. It's now ready. It's in your packet. I'll pause there before asking for a motion to see if anybody has any questions or would like C.R. Crawford or Lewis Architect to present anything to you before I ask for a motion.
One question. Does this include bathrooms in the classrooms, kindergarten first and second, like we talked about? Okay.
I was gonna ask if you didn't.
All right. I mean, I'm sure it's on here somewhere, but just easier to ask, so, okay.
I understand.
Jeff, you've done this a lot longer than we have, so.
Nothing looks to me, Ellen.
So are these the bids in the unit where it says subtotal, unit, and subtotal? Are those the bid numbers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there are trade packages for each scope. So we put out some bid packages that, reflect a specific trade package. We had incredible participation around the area from local subcontractors. A lot of good bids, a lot of close bids, which is always a good sign. So yeah, we feel really good about the team that we're proposing and the price that we're presenting today.
Those prices account for any variances, like if something goes up or not, because.
Yes, so if you go to the last page, there is a contingency, construction manager contingency. That's for anything that may have gotten missed or anything like that. And then you do have an owner contingency there under that for you guys to use as needed for any changes or anything like that that you want to make.
Okay.
So explain to me again the construction manager contingency.
So in any GMP, any 133 type contract like this, there is a construction contingency for the construction manager to use. That's part of the contract language, and that's for us to carry out the project. So we'll keep a log of that as we need to use. You'll get to see what we use it for, and then any unused contingency will get returned to you.
So how does the district see how those funds are being spent? I know I've got my eagle eye up here on the front row on it.
So, I don't mind answering that, Jeff. First of all, thank y'all for letting us be here and present this to you. It's always a blessing to be at this point, and hopefully everything is approved by y'all if you see fit. But we typically will have OAC meetings, and we'll decide on our architect contractor meetings that Chad, whoever wants to come as far as representing the owner. And if there are things spent, we have an agenda usually, and if there's things that have gone on, he's probably be able to think of a better example than me, but they will bring that to the meeting, and the approval will happen in that meeting to spend it or not to spend it.
So is that for like change orders, or is that for like?
It would not be. I mean, if there was a change in scope, that's what I would say is the only time I'm hoping we ever see a change order. Like y'all said, hey, we need to add more playground equipment because it's not in there. That would be a change in scope, which would be a change order. This would be
Anything that expedite something and we're like, hey, we really need to get this, you know, unit here and it's cost $8,000 to expedite it, let's do it, keep the project moving forward. Things that we were proposing like this, for us to carry out the project.
But that has to be approved by anything spent out of that contingency fund will be approved in that meeting with the owners.
Right, we have a notice
Chris
to
and Jack.
discuss that.
Okay. I did have one other, so I know, we had talked initially about, dirt work. That always tends to be a big number, and it's always, you never know until you get, started on the project. And I know, the number here is pretty large, 1.4. I know we've had kind of conversation about starting this time of summer when it's pretty dry. Do we feel like this number is, I know this is a guaranteed maximum price. Do we feel pretty good about that number possibly coming down?
So this is really good question, actually. It's a good conversation for today. So, the way we look at the earthwork piece, we have a geotechnical report that tells us how they feel like the soils are for us. And the geotech report is not catastrophic, but it does look like most of the material that's out there is not gonna be reusable for us as fill. We're gonna have to export it out of the site. And then we are going to have to import good material, as select fill. So the way we're pricing this right now is we're assuming all the material is gonna be quote unquote bad and gonna have to be exported. So it's a pretty conservative approach. And we're hoping that obviously as we go through and start earthwork operations and we can get the testing agency involved, and some of it ends up being good, then great. We'll have unit rates in the contract and we'll say, hey, instead of having to export, I think the number is somewhere around 17,000 yards, it's a lot of material. We only had to export 8,000 yards and we were able to reuse that. You'll see a credit for that quantity at the unit rate stated in the contract. And so hopefully, knock on wood, but the way we're looking at it is the more conservative way of thinking, like, if all of it's bad and we have to export all of it, this is the number here. And then in that number, there's also an additional undercut allowance that, the geotech engineers put in the contract. On top of that, if we have to do additional undercut, I think it's 9,000 yards, it's 8,600 yards, I think. And so that is also included in that number. And hopefully, maybe not all of that is needed, so.
So, when you're talking about this allowance, and you gave the example of undercutting a certain number of yards, and I don't know how much a dump truck holds to carry it off, and obviously the fuel cost and hiring a dump truck and all that, so will all that be broken down in that allowance number, and then that's something that superintendent and CFO will see too?
Absolutely.
And all those be approved?
And there's third-party testing, so, Carl Garner did the soils report, and so they'll do sectional surveying to measure the amount of earthwork, or dirt work that comes out of the site. They won't do it by a dump truck because there's ways to kind of play with that. So he'll survey it, they'll document it, and as it comes out, it can be reused. And I think if we get started in the next few weeks, it's the perfect time to start, the dirt work. Hopefully everything stays really dry and we can use the bulk of that, dirt on site.
Okay.
So we'll save money. And in the bid tab, he had each excavator, dirt guy that bid it, they had to provide a unit price for how much they would fill in for and how much undercut. So we've got numbers documented on how much money they'll get back per cubic yard.
Okay.
And I guess on the, kind of related to, if you run into issues like, say, supply chain or geotech is worse than you thought on these contingencies, in the event you start running up, kind of towards that limit, I mean, it's still gonna be designed or built as designed? In other words, we're not,
So at that point,
we're not giving up something if you start running.
we'll have some conversations to have, obviously, if we end up even over that number, which, like I said, it's a pretty conservative way of looking at it, but, maybe at some point, if we get there and we're seeing that we really have to take a lot of material out, Clayton's team can look at it, or maybe should we raise or lower the elevation of the building, or things like that, where we end up just slightly changing some things, or maybe, you know, if artwork is not going well, should we remove maybe some of the turf in the playground or things like that, potentially.
But I would say that's a good example of, if we really went over all that earthwork money, that contractor's contingency would then kick in and
Right.
cover even more overage. That's a good example.
I mean, it could be even outside of that, you know, some kind of weird supply chain or something else, right? You can't get steel or can't get
Right.
wire
The
or
goal is,
whatever.
As far as material, everybody after this meeting, starting Monday, will be given notice to proceed to order material, lock in pricing. And so
Okay.
we want to be fast with this so that, you know, mechanical contractor doesn't need to be locked in pricing in 3 months when they means they're going to start doing that on Monday.
So all the bids that you have will be locked in
Right.
as soon as you issue that NTP. Yeah.
I have one more question, and that was on the asphalt paving. Is this paving, is it rated to handle bus traffic?
There's heavy duty and more of medium duty areas, so all the traffic lanes and such.
And that was all vetted. We had multiple meetings with Pitts and his team and me, and we established what's heavy duty and what's light duty.
I know there's been a lot of talk about contingency just in my time here. So like I said when we were talking about the multi-use practice pavilion, Ms. Chris and I have got a pretty good system in place to track that, because the other construction happened before I was here, so I don't know the details, but I've just heard that concern quite a bit about contingency money. And so we've got a system in place to where we can track it and kind of keep up with it.
Do we know approximate lead time on the pre-engineered metal building?
The lead times have really not been too bad on this, so I don't think it'll be an issue on this one. We do have to release them quickly. It's usually here lately, it's been about 4 or 5 weeks for shops, 12 to 14 weeks for fabrication, so we're looking at 18, 20 weeks. And that's not going to be an issue really on this, because we have a decent amount of site work to do anyway. We do need to release probably the safe room. The precast for that has a decent amount of design time. And then mechanical, electrical, always, just because of gear and equipment. If only for them to lock in pricing right now, we need to get to releasing it quickly. But
Just to remind everybody, how large is the safe room? I know it has to be large enough to house all the kids.
Yeah, it's big enough to handle both campuses, middle school and elementary.
Yeah, it's built a little bit. Clayton, you can help me remember. It's built a little bit bigger than it has to be for the elementary school,
Yes.
but we did that so that the middle school could come over and everybody could fit.
Okay.
6,422 square feet.
Okay.
So 50 by really 80 for easy math is, 84 is the minimum you could have for a competition gym, which we weren't shooting for that, you know? But if it's 50 by 80, just that perimeter is 4,000. So we've got beyond that. So it's a good practice gym, PE gym, safe room, and it's got toilets in it, you know? So
It's obviously y'all worked hard on pricing, because I know typically in construction right now in schools, that safe room area is coming in over $600 a foot. And when you look at our overall square foot of this project, we're still down in the 350 range, which is way below what most projects are coming out now. So, and especially with prices being up right now. I mean, in construction, it seems like we have price increase every other day lately. And so I was telling Mr. Pitts and Antoine that I've got several jobs going right now that would love to have a 350 something. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I've seen
And
450s pretty common.
a lot of that really does go to Sarah Crawford. You've got to have a tight set of drawings, but then you've got to really work the sub-market. And so the market bared a really good subs that were just maybe split inside of $100,000 or less, you know, so it was very competitive, at that particular price point.
And is the anticipated completion date still early 2028?
Yes, I think we are going to shoot for, it should be around 16, 17 months total. And so I think if we get to kick this off, you know, mid-July, we'll be done before the end of the year next year.
We were kind of shooting for December 27, January 28 timeframe.
I think by the time you move in with furniture and everything.
Any other questions? Comments from? If there are none, I would ask for a motion to approve a guaranteed maximum price of $23,489,265 for the Easton Elementary School.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There is none. Now, we will move to, I don't know if we need an executive session. I mean, we have some personnel to handle. Would anyone like to go back into an executive session, or are we okay with just superintendent presenting? There's not many, but there's just a few. Everybody okay? Okay, I'll turn this to Mr. Pitts to present.
Okay. Thanks, Clayton. So in your packet, you've got a list of personnel trying to get, finished up hiring for the school year. This gets us really, really close. And so in your packet, you'll see 5 new hires along with 1 retirement. And administration would recommend approval as presented.
Make a motion that we approve the personnel as presented.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? There is none. With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Our holiday, let's go.
Thank you all for being here tonight.